Introduction to Microeconomics. Okay, fine. So what about the preparation for that? Is that completed?
Sir, I'm preparing.
Preparing. So, okay. So no doubt in that chapter, mate. I think so. Okay. So easy only. Okay. And if you are preparing for the classes, just take it at serious that, I mean, for examination point of view also you should prepare that. Okay, because the same chapter will come for the examination, so all the new corner you should cover. So tomorrow I want almost all you people can, or you want to interact. Okay, you want to ask questions when I'm taking class or Aparna taking class there. Okay, after the class you can ask questions there. If you have any doubt you can ask, make that class interactive there. Okay, anyway, you are not discussing anything with me, so tomorrow you can ask to Aparna or you can ask to Annette related with the doubts or something like that. Okay, so everyone want to interact, everyone want to discuss. Okay, next one, political science, right? That is by Aishwarya and Grishma. Grishma, not here. Okay, Aishwarya, tell me, Aishwarya.
The first chapter, introduction and what is politics.
Introduction and political theory, right? Okay, prepared. Do you got all the notes? You get all the
Yeah.
notes or not?
Yes,
Notes
sir.
are there with you. Okay, so you are able to do the thing, right? Okay, fine. And I'm expecting a good attempt from you people there tomorrow. So the thing is, if you want to ask a question, you can ask also, right? Okay, 1 minute. The 12th class students, please check your timetable properly. Class 12 students, Anne Mary, Jonathan, please check your timetable properly. Okay, so the last class we discussed about consumer behavior, and we know that who's a consumer, who's a buyer, who's an institutional buyer, and who's a customer, right? Okay, and from your textbook, if you are taking, so some important points are there. You want to underline that properly, you want to learn. Okay, that is helpful for learning to write the MCQ answers. Okay, so in the first paragraph you can see here, page number 8, page number 8, you can see here, in this chapter we will study the behavior of an individual consumer. The consumer has to decide how to spend her income or on different goods. Economics call this the problem of choice. Underline that. So first of all, we want to decide, the individual want to decide what want to purchase. So basically in economics we will use the term problem of choice. That's something related to what want to purchase. Okay, the problem of choice. Underline that. I still got the textbook. Do you have one with you now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. So next one, most naturally, any consumer will want to get a combination of goods that gives her maximum satisfaction. So always we are purchasing not only one good, but various goods we will purchase. Okay, basically all those goods what we are going to purchase should, or it want to give us maximum satisfaction. This depends on the likes of the consumer and what the consumer can afford to buy. So basically the purchase depend upon the likes of the consumer and what the consumer can afford to buy. That is related with the money backup. Okay, we are purchasing the things that what we like, at the same time we wanted to pay for it, right? So money backup also important, or money, I mean income stability also important here. So underline that point also. The likes of the consumer are also called preferences. Underline that. Preferences, the term preferences, basically they're connected with the likes of the consumer. Just underline that too. Okay, and what consumer can afford to buy depends on the price of the good and the income of the consumer. This chapter presents two different approaches that explain the consumer behavior. Okay, so we are going to explain the consumer behavior with the help of two different techniques basically. Okay, so one is called to be the cardinal utility analysis. The next one is ordinal utility analysis. So these are the two aspects basically we are discussing in this chapter, and connected with the budget. Okay, so before that I want to speak to you guys related with budget. What is the budget, or what do you mean by the term budget? Okay, so first of all, we want to know all these terms, then only we are able to move forward smoothly. So what do you mean by budget? Budget, can anyone speak about that? Budget of an individual, of a country, or of a firm, or something like that. Tell me, what do you mean by, what do you mean by the term budget? Can anyone?
A fixed amount used to
So
satisfy the needs.
basically we are allotting a particular amount of money to satisfy our needs. Okay, so that is always connected with the income only, always connected with the income. Okay, example, our income is 10,000. Again, the income is 10,000 and our budget is 12,000. Think, budget is a 12,000. And what type of budget is that? We wanted to spend 12,000 on our needs, or to satisfy our needs we want to spend 12,000, but our income is 10,000 only. Then what kind of budget is that? It's called to be deficit budget. What is that? Deficit budget, which means we required some more money to satisfy our needs. Actually our income is lesser than the amount what we require to satisfy all our needs. Okay, such kind of budget is basically called as deficit budget. Deficit budget. So if you're asking your parents, they might able to speak about that. Every month they will calculate the needs of the family related with their income only, related with their income. Just to discuss, have a discussion with your parents related with your family budget. Family budget, what is the earning of your parents and how much they are spending related with to satisfy various wants. Different needs are there. Basically, maybe they're connected with the food, I mean groceries, related with the electricity, related with the water bill, related with medical bill, or related with the education. Like that, various needs we want to satisfy every month, right? So have a discussion with your parents related with the budget of your family. Okay, then you will come to know that either a deficit budget or it's a another one's called to be surplus budget. Surplus budget, which means our income is 10,000 and to satisfy our needs we just want to spend only 6,000. Okay, to satisfy all our needs we want to spend only 6,000. At the same time we want to understand our income is 10,000, so balance amount is there with us, right or not? So it's called to be surplus. What is that? Surplus budget. Surplus budget. So two different situations are there. One is deficit budget, the other is a surplus budget. Surplus budget, clear or not? So that's called to be budget. So we are planning to purchase some products or services related with our income. Okay, and the quantity and quality of the service and the product also we will choose related with the income only. Understand? Example, related with the health care facilities, we can discuss that. The people, those who don't have much stable income, or they don't have much money with them, basically they will approach government hospitals or government institutions, right? They don't want to pay much money, right? Yes or no? But the people with the high income group, or the people those have much money with them, or high income group people or the upper middle class people, instead of approaching a government hospital, basically they will go or move forward to private hospitals. Right? So for example, I told that today in our state our government hospitals also well developed. Okay, so anyone can approach that. Almost all the facilities are available. Okay, so for understanding I told this, right? Okay, so that's it. So two types of budgets are there. One is deficit and other is a surplus budget. Okay, before that we want to know, we want to understand what is cardinal utility analysis and what is a ordinal utility analysis. Clear? So we are going there. Grishma, are you there, Grishma?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Grishma. Tell me, Grishma, what is your topic tomorrow for tomorrow's class?
The preamble.
The preamble of the Constitution, right? So you learned that properly. You're able to discuss that, right?
Yes, sir.
No worries in that, right? Very good. Okay. Okay, we are moving forward. Can you see my screen now? Please check. Are you able to see?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So have it here. So I'm going to read that. You just note down all these points there. All points are important here. So meaning and concept of utility. Meaning and the concept of utility. As you know, we know that whatever the thing that is basically able to satisfy our needs is basically considering as product with utility, right? So utility, its definition, it's a measure of satisfaction an individual gets from consumption of commodities. Okay, so we are receiving some satisfaction. So measure of that satisfaction, the amount of that satisfaction related with the use of the commodity is basically considering as utility. Reading one more time, it's a measure of satisfaction an individual gets from the consumption of commodities. In other words, it is the measurement of usefulness that a consumer obtain from any good. Okay, whatever may be the good. So what is the satisfaction we are going to receive or what we received already, that is coming under the concept of utility. A utility is a measure of how much one enjoys a movie, a favorite food, or other goods. It varies with the amount or desire. Okay, so I already told you that the human individuals' attitudes are different. We are unable to predict. So for each and every individual, the utility are different. Utility is different for different personalities. Okay, some might enjoy a movie. Okay, that related with, we can say that the stardom, right? One minute. Okay, so for example, you are a Mammootty fan, if you are a Mohanlal fan, or a fan of some international actors or a Bollywood actors, whoever it is, right? So if you are a Mammootty fan and you are watching a Mohanlal's movie, will you get any satisfaction? And vice versa. The satisfaction will be there. Huh?
No.
Not no much satisfaction. But I think vice versa, just opposite of that. A Mohanlal fan, he very much fond of that particular star. He the man who watching the movie, what kind of movie it is. It may be a boring movie or no logic in that movie story, whatever it is, that person will get a satisfaction. Is that correct or not? Is that correct or not? Okay, so that's what we are discussing here. Okay, the utility is related with that particular individual's mindset. Some people can enjoy that, some people cannot. But both are consumed the same commodity only, right or not? Or the same thing only. Both watch the same movie, and one person enjoyed that, the other one cannot. Okay, that is related with utility. We can say that that is basically related with the satisfaction that good is able to provide for the consumer. Okay, that's it. Okay, so here you can see a utility is a measure of how much one enjoy a movie, but want to know one thing, how we will measure it, how we will measure the satisfaction. Can we measure that in what numbers? Are we able to measure? We got a 2 satisfaction, we got 3 satisfaction, we got 4 satisfaction, or something like that. Not that much easy, not that much easy. Or we are unable to say that we got what we can say that a huge rank, first rank satisfaction, second rank satisfaction, third rank satisfaction, something like that. It's difficult. It is very difficult, but we can do that. But it is difficult to understand. Some calculations required here. Okay, so some theories we want to follow to measure the utility. So you can see here, utility definition. Can you see my cursor here? Suppose you went to a restaurant and ordered your favorite food. For example, we are reading this paragraph here. What will you experience? Either the food satisfy your taste buds or not. Another day you went to another restaurant and order the same food. Either experience the same, maybe or may not be. So here you can see that the same food you ordered, a food that you like very much. Okay, example, Shubham Paul. What's your favorite dish, man? Shubham. Shubham, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, what is your favorite dish?
Favorite dish? Rice.
Rice and?
Rice and chole.
Rice and?
Chole.
I can get that. Okay, let it anyway. We are South Indians, we know that, right? Basically, we like rice, right? Almost all the rice product only we are consuming. So Shubham Pal told he like rice very much. Okay, let it. So a dish with the rice. Okay, anyway, the day when we affected with cold, I mean flu, fever, and all, and you went to a 5-star hotel and ordered a dish that you like very much. What will be the taste of that particular product, particular food? You like that very much, but the problem is here you infected with the flu and all, right? So what will happen here? Can you enjoy that? Can you enjoy that? No. Okay. Correct. No, you are unable to enjoy that. But the next day or after some days, you went to another restaurant with the good health. You're not sick, you are healthy, and you ordered the same food. What will be the satisfaction level here? Extreme satisfaction will be here, right? Extreme satisfaction, because you ordered the favorite food, what you like basically. Okay. Example, I'm asking to Anat Antony. Anat Antony have a doubt in here, I'm thinking so. Anat Antony, you like dairy milk, right?
Yes,
Right or
sir.
not? Yes, of course. So first I give you a 5 rupee dairy milk for you. Would you like that? You enjoy that, right? Yes or no? Right.
Yes, sir.
Next I give you a 10 rupee dairy milk. The next moment, you will enjoy that too, mate. Right?
Yes,
Of
sir.
course. Yes. Next, a 20 rupee one. After that, a 20 rupee one. Maybe Anit is able to enjoy that too. Right? Okay, next moment, when we've completed the 20 rupees dairy milk, I give you the 40 rupees one. Somewhat bigger than that, right? Okay, I think that Anit is able to enjoy that too. let Anit do that. Next, 80 rupee. Next moment, 100 rupee. Next moment, 150 rupee. Next moment, a Bonville for 350 rupees. And when the Bonville come to Anit, Anit will say that, no, not needed, right? Yes or no?
Sir.
Of course. Okay, we like the product, but continuous consumption of the same product, what will happen that the consumption, sorry, we are consuming that continuously, the utility or satisfying capacity of the product will reduce. You ever observed that? Huh? The satisfying capacity of that product will reduce. Girls might know that, right? Okay, boys also know that, right? Okay, if you are eating ice cream, the first ice cream give us a much taste, right or not? First, and we are going to for second one, it will not give that much taste comparing with the first one. Going for the third one, our tongue will freeze and we are unable to taste that. We can't recognize the taste of the ice cream. Fourth one, we don't know what we ate there, right or not? Is that correct or not? Yes or no? Yeah, that's it. So in the first case, that product is able to satisfy us in its extreme. Moving to the second one, the satisfaction level will decrease. Third one, again, it will decrease. Fourth one, maybe minus satisfaction will be there. Okay, we will fed up with that. We'll say, stop it. We don't want. Okay, so all these things also want to connect with the satisfying capacity of different products. Satisfying capacity of different products. Okay, that related with the quantity of the product and the climate when we are consuming that and where we are living, the culture of we people, everything is connected with the satisfying capacity of different goods, and our age also matters. Okay, so want to keep that in your mind. So here you can see, suppose we discussed that. Similarly, if you eat your favorite ice cream, you will be happy. What will be in the, oh, we discussed that already. Okay, the satisfaction of a consumer is the basis of the utility function. It measures how much one enjoys when he or she buys something. A utility is a measure of how much one enjoys a movie, a favorite food, or other goods. It varies with the amount of desire. One can conclude the following conclusions. So we are going to discuss about the various conclusions related with the consumption of various goods and its want satisfying capacity and or its utility Okay, so various people will consume different goods, the want satisfying capacity of the goods for different people are different. Is that clear? Is that clear? The want satisfying capacity of different products for different people are different. Just keep that in your mind. So a utility of a good differs from one consumer to the another. Utility of one good is different from one person to another. So I will ask a question for you, a simple question. Everyone want to give me an answer for that. So, okay, so can you see a pen with me, right? You are able to see a pen? Okay, pen, right? So you want to say the different utility of this pen. Clear? If Amal Raj says one utility, it should not repeat it. Okay, that completed there. You want to find another utility. Clear? So starting from Amal Raj. So Amal, this is a term for Amal Raj. Amal Raj want to speak about only one utility. Just to say only one utility of this pen. One utility.
For writing.
Okay, that completed. Okay, the primary and the most important utility of the pen, what is that? To use to writing. To use to writing. So Amal Raj will use this pen to write something. Right? So the utility completed. Again, don't say that it can be used to write English, write Malayalam, write Tamil or something like that. Okay, writing completed or drawing completed, right? The utility, primary utility, fine. Done. Amal Raj. Okay. Next I am moving to Miss Aparna. Aparna, tell me another utility with this pen. Only one.
Sir, we can use that for making any craft.
Okay.
Yeah.
So an empty pen, right? Empty pen you
Yes,
can
sir.
use to do some craft. Okay. Number of pens we require Miss some craft we can do. Okay, fine. Correct. Good. I accept it. Okay. And jumping to Miss Aishwarya. Writing completed, craft completed. Now reach to Aishwarya. Tell me, think and say.
No idea.
If you're asking to me, I will give you 100 answers for this. Tell me, think and say first. No answers with Aishwarya. Okay, so Aishwarya, we kept apart. Okay, just wait here. I'm going to Mr. Anjo Sibi. Anjo, can you hear me? Anjo, are you there? Tell me, Anjo, one another utility. Speak. Come on. Anjo. Playing with pen. Most of the boys know that, right or not? Okay, on the desk we'll keep a number of pens and we'll play with this. Okay, can you use as a playing object, right? Fine, a toy. Okay, let it. I accepted that too. Next one, Mr. Karthik.
Sir, I don't know.
Karthik don't know. Okay, Mr. Basil.
So drawing.
Tall no man. That's completed. The primary purpose, right? Anything else?
Oh, sir.
Nothing. Okay, think. Okay, I'll give you a second chance for you people. Okay, Anna Tandani.
I don't know, sir.
Anna also don't know. Okay, Elvina.
Can we write use it to handle?
Pardon? Elvina, repeat one more time.
It's easy to handle.
I am not asking about the property. Okay, any use. Okay, think Elvina. Subhambal. Shubham. No answer with Shubham. Femina. Femina. Tell me.
Sir, it can be used as scale.
Yeah, of course. Very good. It can be sometime. If you miss your scale, you will use the pen to draw the lines, right? Very good. Okay, fantastic. Next, Ashish Benny. Ashish. Come on fast. Ashish. You can hear. Hannah?
Bow and arrow.
Bow and arrow. Okay, you can make a bow and arrow with this. With if you're using a rubber band, you can make that. Okay, fine, good, accepted. Hannah? Fast. I can hear. Grishma? Okay, let it. Okay, so we don't want to waste much time on this. Okay, so for example, like I said, this pen can be used as a marker, book marker, right? Is that correct? A book marker. Huh? Okay. The same time, you can use this pen to stamp someone as a weapon. Stammering, right? Of course. The girls can use to bind their hair. Right? They can clip the hair, right? So if you're removing that upper body or sorry, upper top, I mean top and bottom, you can use this as a, I mean the middle part you can use as a straw. Can you? Yes. Okay, like that various utilities are there. So that is utility of a product is related with a particular individual for understanding I told this. Okay, so different people using different product that is able to give different levels of satisfaction. We are unable to count that or we are unable to calculate that. Okay, Aditya, can you hear me? Aditya, are you there? Okay, fine.
Yes.
Okay. So the third paragraph here, the satisfaction of a consumer is the basis of the utility function. It measures how much one enjoys when he or she buys something. A utility is a measure of how much one enjoys a movie, favorite food, or other goods. It varies with the amount of desire. One can conclude the following conclusions like a utility of a good differ from one consumer to another. We discussed that. It keeps on changing for the same consumer due to change in the amount of desires. Okay, related with the first case, the first ice cream gives us maximum satisfaction, but second ice cream cannot give that much satisfaction. Comparing with the first, the third one may not give any satisfaction or something like that. Next one, it should not be equated with the usefulness. So the extreme utility of a particular product cannot be equated with what we can say usefulness of that particular product, right? Okay, next one, characteristics of utility. First of all, utility, it is dependent upon human wants. Utility of the product is always dependent upon the wants, human wants. We know that necessity is the mother of invention, right or not? Necessity is the mother of invention. So always the utility is related with the wants or our needs. Okay, next one, it is immeasurable. Okay, utility is immeasurable, very difficult to measure that. It is subjective, related with a particular product. Okay, particular product and a particular individual. Utility of a product is subjective. It depends upon knowledge, how to utilize a product. Okay, and it usually depends upon the use of the product, how we are using that. Different people may use one product in a different ways, right? Like in the case of this pen, we discussed that, right? And it depends upon ownership. Who owns that? Okay, for example, if a bike is using by a rider, he might use that bike to go and visit various places, tourist spots in the country or abroad also. Okay, a bike with a person, those who are not interested in traveling, he cannot use that, or he might not use that bike. A bike with a stunt biker, what will happen to that bike? We don't know. Within a short time, the bike will destruct or something will happen to that bike if you are using by bike stunt biker. Okay, next one, what are the methods we are basically using to measure the utility? So you can see here, measurement of utility help analyzing the demand behavior of a customer. It is measured in two ways. First of all, cardinal approach, right? Not down. Cardinal approach. The another one is called to be ordinal approach. Cardinal approach and ordinal approach. You want to understand the meaning of these terms, we will explain later. Okay, in the cardinal approach related with the utility, we are able to measure the utility of any product. We are able to measure the utility of any product. But cardinal approach of utility, we are able to measure the utility. Next case is called to be ordinal approach. We are unable to measure. Okay, or measurement is not that easy in this case of ordinal approach of utility theory. Right? Clear? The two methods are there to measure utility. One is cardinal approach, the other is a ordinal approach. Here, measurement in terms of quantity. Okay, cardinal and quantity. And in the case of ordinal approach, we are unable to measure that in quantity, but we are able to measure that related with its quality or its capability to provide satisfaction. Okay, is that clear? Is that clear? And what are the two methods? What are the two methods?
Cardinal approach and ordinal approach.
Cardinal approach and ordinal approach. In the cardinal approach, we are able to calculate and we are able to find or we are able to measure the quantity. At the same time, in the ordinal approach, we are unable to count related with the number or quantity, but we are able to understand the utility by its quality. It's a quality of a product. Clear? I hope you all write down all these things. Next one, discussing about a cardinal approach. In this approach, one believes that it is measurable. The utility is measurable. One can express his or her satisfaction in cardinal numbers. Example, the quantitative numbers such as 1, 2, 3, and so on. So in the cardinal approach, the economist or the people, those who learned, studied, and provided this method, they told or they commented that we are able to count the utility with the numbers, like 1, 2, 3, and so on. It tells the preference of a customer in cardinal measurement. It is measured in units there. Okay, clear? Is that clear? Okay. Next one, we are going to ordinal approach. Ordinal approach. You can see here ordinal approach. In the blue color here, ordinal approach. Ordinal approach. In this approach, one believes that it is comparable. We are just able to compare the utility. Once one can express his or her satisfaction in the ranking, one can compare commodities and give them certain ranks like first rank, second rank, third rank, 10th rank, or something like that. It will show the order of preference. So if I am asking a question to you, what are the favorite food for you people, means you will say some particular food, and second means we will give a second answer also. I mean, asking third, you will give a third preference also, right? So that is related with the preferences of each and every individual. So an ordinal approach is qualitative. The first case, cardinal, is a quantitative, and here ordinal is a qualitative approach to measuring a utility. Ashish, is that clear? Cardinal is a quantitative, the same time ordinal is a qualitative. Okay, so limitations are there for both these methods. Both these methods have its own limitations also. So we are moving to it. Cardinal approach and its limitations. You can see here. So green color, you can see here. Limitation of cardinal approach. We know that it is a quantitative. In the real world, one cannot always measure utility in numbers. We are unable to say that. Okay, after eating a biryani, we are unable to say that I got 2 satisfaction. I got 3 satisfaction. In real world, it is difficult. It is difficult. Okay, next one. One cannot add different type of satisfaction from different goods, goods. So only numbers are there, right? So different satisfaction level we are unable to indicate, unable to provide for different goods. For measuring it, it is assumed that utility of consumption of one good is independent of that of another. Okay, so different people are consuming the same good. Different people have a different level of satisfaction, and they are able to give different quantities. Okay, so that also not easy to analyze and understand. It does not analyze the effect of change in the price. So it is not speaking about price of that particular commodity what we consumed. So we'll discuss that again when we are discussing in the chapter. So now we are just understanding these topics, basically what is Cardinal Approach, what is Ordinal Approach, what is budget, and what is utility, what is satisfaction. I hope you people are able to understand now what all these things are, right or not? Is that correct or not? Is that correct or not? Now you know what is utility, right? What is the utility? You know that. Now you know that what's a commodity. You know that who is a consumer, who is a buyer, who's a customer. You know or not? No or not? Okay. So before starting this chapter, we want to discuss all these things, then only easily you can understand these things there. Okay. And you know that how can we measure the utility? Measure a utility. What is maybe cardinal utility measurement, and what do you mean by ordinal utility measurement? Ordinal approach, cardinal approach, and ordinal approach. Okay. These are the basic things what we discussed in this chapter. Okay. Hope everyone is able to understand these things. Any doubts are there, means you can speak now. I'm waiting for that. Any troubles are there, means you can speak now. Make it fast.
Sir, is there any examples for these both cardinal and ordinal approach?
Definitely, we will discuss that. Okay. So just now you just understand what is cardinal and what is a ordinal. Examples are there. Sure, examples are there. Okay. Then anything else, Karthik?
So can you show the last point of cardinal limitations of cardinal approach?
Sure. It does not analyze the effect of change in the price. So we are utilizing or consuming a product. Always you want to understand one thing, that the price of the commodity is always different. Okay, it always changes. Example, the case of gold. In the case of gold, okay, gold, almost all the women, they are able to, they are purchasing that. They're using that as ornament. The same time, they're using that as a deposit too, a savings too, right or not? Every time the price of this product will change. Okay, but we are only able to give the satisfaction level only, but we are not discussing the price of the commodity. Related with almost all the commodity, there's a problem is existing related to the cardinal approach. We are not discussing the price of the commodity. We are just discussing the satisfaction level, and we are using numbers to present that, like 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's what the limitation of cardinal approach. Next one, we are discussing about limitation of ordinal approach also. Ordinal approach. Here it is a quality. First of all, limitations of ordinal approach. 1 minute. Okay, so here you can see that limitations of the ordinal approach. It assumes that there are, there's a red color you can see here, limitation of ordinal approach. It assumes that there are only 2 goods or 2 basket of goods. It is not always true. So if you are calculating the quality of different goods, basically in this approach, in this ordinal approach, we are using basically 2 things to compare. Okay, only 2 goods or 2 baskets we are always using to compare different products there. Okay, assigning a numerical value to a concept of utility is not easy. So giving a numerical value for our utility is different in this method. Next one, the consumer's choice is expected to be either transitive or consistent. It is always not possible. Okay, so the choice of a consumer always will move from one to another. It is not always consistent, right? Okay, so let it this we will discuss in the next class. We don't have much time, already time is up. Other teacher is waiting for the class, I'm thinking so. Okay, so I'm going to wind up today, and we will discuss that in the next class. And best wishes for all the students, those who go to take classes tomorrow, and hope you will do the best. Okay, always try to do the best. Okay, okay, guys, bye. We will meet in the next class. Thank you.